Hey there, my name is Karagan and I am the founder of Smoo, and today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about how Smoo might be able to help you on your PCOS weight loss journey, as well as give you some tips for PCOS weight loss. So before I begin, I just want to let you know that Smoo is not a weight loss supplement. It actually is a hormone balance powder which can help you in your weight loss journey. And we have had a lot of women who use Smoo have great results using Smoo in combination with a healthy lifestyle, an exercise regimen, and dietary changes. So we'll go into why Smoo might help you in your weight loss journey, and then I'll tell you some of the tips I learned along the way. So just some backstory, I was diagnosed with PCOS at 14 years old, and weight loss was one of my most challenging symptoms. I spent nearly 10 years battling my weight and just going up and down like a roller coaster. And so I definitely know firsthand how difficult it is to lose weight with PCOS. And I was very fortunate to be able to finally find what helped me get my weight under control, but it took a lot of trial and error and a lot of changes to my lifestyle. And so hopefully there are some learnings that I can pass on to you that can help you in your journey. Okay, so firstly, how can Smoo help in your journey? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what Smoo is as an overarching product, and then also like what each ingredient does that can help in your weight loss. So this is a all-in-one hormone balance powder. So it actually has 7 vitamins, minerals, and herbs in full doses. And it is 1 scoop a day. You add it into your smoothies, your oatmeal, you can add it to your salad dressing, you name it. You can get as creative as you want with it. And it also comes in a capsule form. So these are actually the vitamins, minerals, and herbs that I took to manage my PCOS and really played into how I got my PCOS under control. And it has now helped so many women around the world do the same. So the 7 vitamins, minerals, and herbs in Smoo include things like inositol, zinc, magnesium, vitamin D3, ashwagandha, NAC, which is N-acetylcysteine, and also chromium picolinate. So let's start with NAC and chromium picolinate. So I actually became familiar with these vitamins through my bodybuilding part of my weight loss journey, and they were absolutely incredible ingredients. So both of them are considered nutrient partitioners. So they help your body actually absorb the nutrients in your food better, but they also play a huge role in balancing your blood sugar, which when you have PCOS, you usually are insulin resistant. So balancing your blood sugar is a huge key to weight management. So both of these are extremely powerful when it comes to just overall weight management, because they also help curb appetite and help you stay fuller longer. So those are 2 huge benefits that Smoo has. Also, hormone balance is a huge key to weight loss. So it's really hard to lose weight when your hormones are imbalanced. So Smoo actually takes a full spectrum approach to hormone balance and really addresses each thing that could be throwing off your hormones. So one of those things is cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone. It plays a huge role. It's the fight or flight symptom. So pretty much what happens is like, when you say you don't eat enough calories, your body goes into fight or flight and it produces more cortisol, and it kind of like freaks out and it puts your body into like a, oh my gosh, I'm going to hold on to every single calorie mode. So that would be an example of cortisol levels, but there's a lot of examples of cortisol levels, but they play a huge role into your hormone health. The other one is just energy levels. So magnesium, vitamin D3, they all play into your energy levels, which is going to be a huge factor in your weight loss journey, because you need to have the energy to get up and go do a workout. And I definitely struggled with that throughout my PCOS, where I would seriously take naps like all throughout the day and still wake up tired. I really struggled with that. And so this will help you a lot with your energy. So the other thing is, when you have PCOS, you tend to have higher androgen levels. And so that is testosterone. So typically what Smoo will do is it will help balance those hormones back to normal levels. Every woman does have testosterone, but it's just that excess testosterone that is not good. So Smoo does help you balance your hormones back to normal levels, which will help you regulate your menstrual cycles, which is also just a key to making sure that your body is running optimally. So that is Smoo, and that is how you can use Smoo to play into your weight loss routine. Definitely recommend combining it with exercise and healthy dietary changes, because that's how you'll really see a difference. So with all that said, I'm going to go into some tips that helped me in my weight loss journey. All right, so tip 1, avoiding processed foods. So this is definitely something that I learned much later in my PCOS journey. So I had quite the journey. I started my PCOS weight loss journey when MyFitnessPal became a thing. And MyFitnessPal told me I should eat 1,200 calories a day and I should exercise to burn off the majority of those calories. So I would eat 1,200 calories and then I would go to the gym and I'd spend 2 hours, if not more, on the treadmill to burn off all those calories. And then I'd go do some additional exercises too. So I'm sure I was burning even more than those calories, but I was obsessive about it. And during that time, I was eating a lot of processed foods. Like everything was processed. I mean, I would buy the 100-calorie bread and I would eat breakfast cereal and I would just measure everything out because that was easier. It was easier to have a calorie, a package with the calories on it versus calculating and measuring out everything myself. And really the mentality of eating less processed and eating real food is a much healthier and more sustainable method. And it also will help you just not bingey, and it helps teach you healthier routines that are sustainable for your entire life. So I highly recommend going less processed. Typically the best way to look at this is you can shop the perimeters of the grocery store. So instead of going through the middle aisles and buying all packaged foods, you kind of go to the produce section and then around to the meat section. And even there's like the dairy section and all of that. I mean, all of this section is typically going to be better than processed foods. And I try to look at it more like, okay, instead of just trying to remove everything all at once, what swaps can I make? And so I personally do eat dairy. I try to keep it to a minimal, and everyone's different. A lot of times dairy and gluten is recommended to cut out for PCOS, and I try to cut it out as much as possible. But I don't give myself extremely strict limitations since I don't have an intolerance, and I just try to substitute it whenever possible. So for instance, for breakfast, instead of having like a breakfast cereal, I would make a sweet potato hash with eggs. And all of that is just like such a healthier mentality of like, how can I swap it instead of being like, oh, I'm giving this up, but how can I make it like a healthier option for myself? So that is one tip that I would definitely give, is just to try to steer away from packaged foods and make things yourself whenever possible. Also, there's a lot of harmful additives, preservatives that are in food that can also cause your hormones to be more out of balance, which is also just going to continue to contribute to having troubles losing weight. All right, so this is another diet one, but another like diet hack per se is not being afraid to incorporate more healthy fats. So healthy fats are great for also impacting your blood sugar in a good way. It helps regulate your blood sugar. It also helps you keep full for longer and curb your appetite. And so it also helps your body run off of fat instead of carbs, so you don't get those big energy dips throughout the day. So adding more fat is a very easy way to help in your weight loss journey. Even though fat is typically more calories, it tends to be denser. It helps you stay fuller longer. And I just wouldn't stay fearful of that. I would add it in and enjoy it. And it'll also make your food more enjoyable, which I think plays into it too. Because little backstory, I used to never use any butter or oil, and my food did not taste good. So now that I have butter and oil, I feel like my food is more enjoyable and I don't crave as much. And so I think all of those things play into it, but I really think it also just comes down to, like I said, finding that sustainable practice that works best for you. And for me, that really helped, is to have better, more flavorful food where I didn't feel like I was missing out, and just focusing on less processed, healthy, and nutrient-packed food. So the next tip is exercise frequently. And I'm excited about this one because I kind of already went into it, but so I used to go to the gym and spend, I'm serious, it was like 2 to 3 hours, because I would go on the treadmill for 2 hours and then I'd go around the machines, and I just spent so much time there. I spent my life there. And to be honest, I'm burnt out on it these days. And I'm so glad that I realized that exercise doesn't mean just the gym. And there's so many ways to exercise, and you can find something that is enjoyable and sustainable to you. And I truly encourage that too. So I think strength training is huge for PCOS. And I highly recommend it. And you can incorporate it however you can, whether that means getting some dumbbells at home and just incorporating some moves in the morning, some moves at night. Personally, for me, right now, what I'm doing is I have dumbbells by my bed. I get up, I do like some shoulder raises, I do some bicep curls, I do some squats, and then I try to do it before bed. And that's kind of like my miniature strength training right now, because right now I'm really doing a lot of roller skating. And it's interesting because my body really changed when I stopped going to the gym so obsessively, and I started to allow myself to exercise through other methods like jiu-jitsu and like roller skating, and I felt so much happier too. Like my mental health was so much better because I was doing something I enjoyed, something that was sustainable, and something that I looked forward to doing. So I can't put enough emphasis on finding something you love to do that's sustainable to you. And just because everyone talks about going to the gym and weightlifting doesn't mean you have to do that. Just getting out and getting movement is amazing. And so whether that means taking a walk every single morning with your dog or your husband, whatever it may be, as long as you're getting out there and getting active, it is great. All right, the next big tip is sleep. So sleep really matters, and I feel like we all hear it so much, but it's just one of those things that's kind of hard. I don't know why, and I love to sleep, but I still struggle with it personally, but I do aim to get 7 to 8 hours a night. Poor sleep can cause a lot of things, including oxidative stress levels, which is another form of stress, just like we talked about. It also can impact your blood sugar and insulin resistance, and ultimately impact your weight loss. And so definitely getting 7 to 8 hours is extremely important, and I highly recommend it. Okay, next one is managing stress in a healthy way. So interestingly enough, I actually think what caused my weight loss journey to take so long was I just put so much stress on it. I mean, my whole entire life revolved around my weight loss, and I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't go out to eat with my friends, my family. I measured everything. We'd have a Thanksgiving dinner. I would measure everything out, and I never allowed myself to really live. I talk about this in another video, but I miss grad night, I miss homecoming. I just never wanted to go to any events because I had a fear of food. And I think that's so unhealthy. And so, when I'm talking about stress, that is a form of stress. I put so much stress on my weight loss that I think I really halted it. So with that said, I think that stress can be looked at that way, where you don't stress about it so much, and like I said, find a sustainable way. But also stress can be released in other ways. So for me, I love to exercise. I love to roller skate. I'm actually not as big on the gym these days. I got a little burnt out, and so now I love to roller skate. I love to do jiu-jitsu, even though I'm not currently doing it. But all of those really help me relieve stress, and it just makes it so much easier to lose weight when you are doing exercise that you love, relieving stress at the same time, and also not making it your whole entire life and focus. And like I said, sustainability is key. I cannot stress that enough. All right, let's talk about supplements as a way to help with your weight loss. So Smoo is great, as we already discussed, and that's because it contains ingredients that help with insulin resistance, balancing blood sugar, curbing appetite, and then also balancing your hormones and lowering stress levels, which all play into weight loss. But if you don't want to take Smoo, here's some of the supplements I would recommend. So NAC, which is N-acetylcysteine, is a great supplement to add into your weight loss routine, as well as chromium picolinate. Both of those help balance blood sugar. They're going to help curb appetite and also help with insulin resistance. And then another one is L-carnitine, which you can find in our pre-workout, but you can also take it separately. It comes as an oil. You can add it into your protein shake, and it helps you use fat cells more efficiently. Okay, so with that said, my final tip would be to find an accountability partner. So accountability partners can be huge. And I know this myself because right now I am struggling a little bit to just stay active, especially since right now it is the holidays. And so having a friend to go do anything with, whether that be a walk, go roller skating, or go to the gym, is going to be huge. And also that can be a trainer. Trainers are great and definitely a great way to keep accountable. But if you don't have a friend who wants to do a workout with you, we do have a free community that has amazing women who are always looking for accountability partners, and we'd love to have you. It's totally free, and there's a lot of different topics you can connect on. And so you can join by accessing www.smoobabes.com, and I'll put it below in the comments. And yeah, those would be my tips for PCOS weight loss. I think with PCOS weight loss is that nothing is a one size fits all, and all these tips aren't a one size fits all because you have to find what works best for you and find what's sustainable. And I think sustainability is absolutely the most important part of your weight loss journey. And so just find what you enjoy, what you love, what's going to work for you, and try different things because that's going to be the key to your success. And I know it was definitely the key to mine, was just finding what could work for me in the long run. So anyways, I hope that you find what you love to do, and I wish you all the best on your PCOS weight loss journey. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out, and we'd be happy to help.